YouTube battle community, Denny Wilson fans, random people on the internet, my name is Giggens. We're here today to talk about Denny Wilson and Pacific Ocean Blue and what would have happened if he had toured behind this album. Famously, as we all know, he did not tour behind this album and the promotion was pretty minimal, to say the least. What would have happened if he had actually become a solo artist and had a solo career like Carl did? You know, a few years later, Carl put out a couple of albums, and he did do tours. He had a little band for himself, and he had a pretty successful little thing going for himself, and he really got to escape the Beach Boys for a while. What would have happened if Denny did that? You know, like, who would have been in his band? Would he have used guys from the Beach Boys? Like, their live band? And my favorite thought about this is, like, what would the set list have been like? You know, would he have played his entire album? Would he have played all of Pacific Ocean Blue? Kind of like how The Who would do Tommy. Like, you come out, do a handful of hits, play all of Tommy, and then come back and do a handful of more hits. Would Denny come out and do like some early Beach Boys stuff, play all of this album, and then finish up with some of his like mid-70s sort of Beach Boys classics? What do you think he would do? For me personally, I think he'd play probably a mixture of both, like a handful of songs from the album and a handful of Beach Boys tracks that he wrote, or maybe ones that he didn't write but really wanted to sing, or songs that they kind of just dropped from the set list or never played live, which would be a really cool Beach Boys show or Denny Wilson show. You know, seeing him as just a front man the entire time. Would he play the drums? Would he play the piano? Would he just stand there with a microphone? Would he talk to the audience? Because he can do all that. So what would he have been like live, just on his own, being the complete star of the show? Just like on the cover of the Beach Boys in concert album, like just right up front and center, what would he have been like? I'm fascinated by that thought because, you know, as we know, this album came out and it got fantastic reviews. It's one of the best albums ever made. And then, you know, he would start working on Bambu pretty soon after that, but it never came out. So what if Denny had actually put this album out, toured for it, got Bambu out there, and had a solo career going for himself? Would the trajectory of his life have changed? You know, would the story of the Beach Boys have changed? Would he have stayed with the Beach Boys? You know, it's fun to play what if with these things because you can go completely down the rabbit hole with it, but I just thought it'd be really cool to chat about this. Personally, I think he'd probably open the set with a couple of older Beach Boys songs just to get the audience warmed up a little bit and to show off his voice singing some of those old songs. Like, I think it'd be really, really cool to hear him sing some like really early 60s stuff. Like even just him doing Surfin' USA I think would be kind of fun. But definitely some mid-period stuff. And then his 70s stuff, you can see him ending with Forever or doing Cuddle Up would be fantastic. I think opening the show with Slip On Through possibly, that would be a great opener. There's a lot of possibilities that could have gone into this solo career had it happened, but very curious to know your thoughts about it. What do you think a set list would have been like for Denny for Pacific Ocean Blue had there been a tour? And, you know, what do you think it would have gone as? What's the sequencing? You know, how would he have done it? Who would have been in his band? You know, would special appearance by Carl come up once in a while? Like, let me know. I really want to play what if with this one. I think it'd be a lot of fun to talk about because this album's fantastic. It's just one of those things that I feel like always deserves to get more attention. So there you go. My name is Giggens. This is Denny Wilson, Pacific Ocean Blue. Let's talk about the possible tour that could have been and what the set list would have been like. Really curious to hear your thoughts. And that's it. My name is Giggens. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll talk to you down in the comments. See you later. Bye.